This is my most recent project. It's an Rc10gt. I got it for pretty cheap. These trucks you can get nowadays probably like 50 bucks-ish with the nitro engine still in them. Mine bought this thing for about $30. It had the associated nitro engine still in it. The engine was totally seized. I did take it apart, fully rebuild it, get everything working again, and got it running, but I'm not a really big nitro person, so that came out pretty quick. Then this truck, I decided that since I got it so cheap, I would just turn it into a mid-motor electric vehicle. So, just a quick rundown. This is a motor plate. I bought it off eBay from a seller, I believe Dynotech is the seller. It's about $25. It bolts right up to the factory transmission. The extended hardware is included. So then I just found a pinion, threw it on there. Now, the Rc10gt transmission, unlike most nitro transmissions, is good because it doesn't have any one-way bearings in it. So there's no forward-only conversions or anything like that. You just kind of, it's pretty much locked, just like an electric transmission would be. So you don't have to do anything to the transmission. I just had a motor laying around. It's a Ace Ripper 3300 kV. Now for the battery situation here, I have two Duratrax 1600 milliamp 20C2S lipos, and they're connected in parallel to an Ace 40 amp brushless ESC. I was going to try to fit something like this, which is a full-size 2S lipo pack in there, but the way the chassis flares up on both sides here, it was raising it up past the ground of the chassis here, and I really couldn't get any good mounting. I couldn't figure out like how to mount it really. These are just held on by double-sided Velcro in there. ESC is double-sided Velcro as well. I have the stock servo in there. It does its job, well enough. 2.4 gigahertz radio, but that's pretty much it. It's a very simple chassis. I've only driven this once since I've done the conversion, but it seems very well balanced. I do have to do some suspension tuning. I do think it definitely is lighter than it was when it was nitro, probably in part due to how small the motor is I'm using and how small the batteries, but it seems very well balanced. And I got this truck for very cheap, so it's pretty much that plus the cost of the motor mount, and then I had the rest of this stuff laying around, so I'm not in this truck for a lot of money, but so far I think it's pretty cool. I've driven it once. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot different than most rear-wheel drive, rear-motor electric stadium trucks like a Rustler or a T4 or something where you have all the weight in the back here. This is where the receiver pack would normally go. But yeah, it's a very, very easy conversion to do. I mean, just like I said, it's the motor mount and a bunch of Velcro. And I'm going to see how it does at the track, do some suspension tuning, and see where we're at with that.